My name is Reverend Marcia McLean, and thank you for choosing to be here, for being here. We're going to open with a moment of centering sound and affirmative prayer. I invite you to just close your eyes and join us as we begin. I know that there is one energy in this universe, one power, one presence, one substance, one activity, and one thing going on. And I know, get ready, that the truth of who we all are is that we are God in form. Spirit made manifest, heaven on earth, stardust animated. I know that the infinite intelligence and the boundless overflowing love, the perfect pure spiritual substance and the immutable power of all life is all that there is, and it is all that I am, it is all that we are. And I recognize that because this is so, our minds are one with divine mind. Our hearts are one with the heart of all love. Our bodies and our affairs are one with the body of spirit. Our lives are one with the one life. We know everything we need to know in every moment. We are made by, in the image and likeness of, and surrounded by love. And therefore unity and wholeness and holiness and harmony and so much more. We are supported and supplied at every turn with everything necessary for our fulfillment as spiritual beings having a human experience. And we are empowered, we are energized, and we are vitalized. I recognize that all that Spirit is present and available equally to each and every one of us all the time. And because this is so, our lives are full of goodness and full of possibility. And because we're still here, I know those possibilities are available to us. And so it is with a grateful heart that I release my word, knowing that this is so. And together as we open our eyes, we say, and so it is. Come on in. If you know us, you know that we love to sing. So, come on in and join us. The words are on the screen. Here we go. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we are form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together in this moment. come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of love. We come together now in one accord. We come together now in one accord. All right. You could almost make the sun come out.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Welcome, everyone. My name is Reverend Marcia McLean, and I purposefully sang the word love there the last time around. You'll get to know us. We've got about 16 different names for Spirit, and we're not partial to any particular one. So, whatever feels right, just pick one with one syllable for that song. So I want to welcome you. Welcome to a place at the center of something great. Welcome to a place where you can rediscover your own greatness. Welcome to a place which celebrates your coming to share in the spirit of discovery. Welcome to a place which celebrates your taking whatever you find with you, wherever you go. Welcome to a place which you can enjoy while you are here, remember fondly when you are elsewhere, and return to whenever you choose. Welcome to a place where you are loved, valued, and supported. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Greenville. Welcome home. Welcome to life. And for those of you who would like a little history lesson, that is from the Wisdom Center in Black Mountain forever ago. I wrote it back in 2002. It's still true. This, on the other hand, is a very much up-to-date purpose statement for Center for Spiritual Living Greenville. And we're going to say this one together, if you can see it, and if you can't, just smile and move your lips a little bit, okay? We are a spiritual community where you are respected and accepted for who you are. We teach practical spirituality for everyday living. We see everyone as an expression of the divine and practice unconditional love and oneness in all that we do. All right? That's good. So Mr. Rick Drucker, RSCP, also known as my husband, is going to share some things with us. And I'll be back.
I'm going to share a brief guided meditation with everybody this afternoon, sorry. Oh my God. 25 years of morning, now it's afternoon. What will the world do next? Who knows? I'm going to share a few words from Ernest Holmes. I'll include some affirmations, and we'll have a few moments of silence together. And then we'll come back with a prayer and another beautiful, prayerful song. So find yourself comfortable right where you are. Today's reading from Ernest Holmes is titled, I Forgive and Am Forgiven. I forgive and am forgiven. It is only when we have completely forgiven others that we can get a clearance in our minds. For we are judged by the judgment with which we judge. If we criticize, condemn, and censure, these are the attitudes that occupy our thinking. And they will not only reflect themselves outwardly, they will also reflect themselves inwardly. If we want a complete clearance of forgiveness, we must give a complete clearance to everyone and everything. Whether we like it or not, this is one of the great truths of life. Not only should we forgive others, but we should equally forgive ourselves and not carry the mistakes of the past into the future. Today I affirm that I forgive everyone. And am forgiven by everyone. I affirm that the Eternal Spirit harbors no malice towards me or anyone else. Forgiving and being forgiven. I have an inward sense of peace and tranquility. There is no anxiety, no sense of guilt, no fear of judgment. All of the mistakes of the past are now wiped out of my consciousness. I am freed of all oppression. I look forward to the future with joy, in peace and gladness. And I live in the present with an inner assurance of being one with life. And so the affirmation to take into the meditation is, I forgive and am forgiven. I forgive and am forgiven. forgive and am forgiven. So I bless this day, this perfect day that God has made for each and every one of us, to bask in His infinite glory, to play in this field of infinite possibility, to forgive and be forgiven, releasing the past, and stepping into the rosy hue of a brand new day, where love and joy and peace rise up from within. I know that each and every one of us is blessed. And everywhere we are a blessing to the world. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you, Rick. I love that. I close my eyes and then I open them and there's more people. Hi. This is a beautiful song from Karen Drucker that's about letting go and trusting. So I invite you to sing along as soon as you get the hang of it. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. You have all you need, it's all inside of you. Just close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. No need to make a plan, your heart will be your compass. Lift your sails in faith and know that you will arrive. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. That's a nice way to introduce the topic that we're going to talk about some more today. Oh my goodness gracious me. All right. Yes, I do need some help here. So, again, if you just arrived, I'm Reverend Marcia McLean, and I am so glad to see you here. I'm glad that you traveled safely and arrived right where you intended to be. So thank you, Rick, again for today's reading and meditation, which comes from Ernest Holmes. It's a collection called Creative Ideas, a little blue book with a foreword from Julia Cameron. Excellent. So, of course, the formal title of all of this is I Forgive and I Am Forgiven. And my informal title is I don't want to talk about it. It's one of those things, you know. So there were a couple of highlights from the reading that I wanted to start us off with. One says, it is only when we have completely forgiven others that we can get a clearance in our own minds, for we are judged by the judgment with which we judge. The attitudes that occupy our thinking will not only reflect themselves outwardly, they will also reflect themselves inwardly. If we want a complete clearance of forgiveness, we must give a complete clearance to everyone and everything. Here comes my favorite. Whether we like it or not, this is one of the great truths of life. I wrote "girl" next to that. And finally, not only should we forgive others, but we should equally forgive ourselves and not carry the mistakes of the past into the future. We've all heard this plenty already. We've heard it before. So here's somebody a little bit more current. Dr. Joe Dispenza, who coined the phrase, I create my day, secret, and wrote Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, You Are the Placebo, and many more things much more recently, reminded me of this in a recent podcast. What we think about shapes our emotional state, and our emotional state, it shapes how we experience our lives. Sound familiar? And what we think and feel and experience repeatedly becomes habituated. It becomes automatic and it's unconscious. That's the worst part, right? So when this happens, we give up our free will and our conscious choice. And we have the same thoughts and feelings and experiences over and over and over again, and we end up repeating the past instead of living in the present. And we often miss out on unnoticed possibilities. A whole lot of those. It's like the movie Groundhog Day. Remember that? The guy, Bill Murray, woke up every single day and experienced the same thing over and over and over and over again. And of course, it drove him nuts. So living the same day over and over again, we get stuck in a loop. 12-step recovery calls this the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I mean, that's the kicker, right? Because we go unconscious, and yet we actually hope today will turn out differently. So it doesn't work that way. In the science of mind, we teach that when our sense of what is real comes from the past and from the outside world, we're stuck in a loop of what we call secondary causation. I know that's a lot of syllables, but that's what we call it. Giving people, places, and things power over us that they don't actually have. In psychology, it's called having an external locus of control rather than an internal one. Many common neuroses come from unresolved issues in the past and feared ones from the imagined future. Not to mention how many common illnesses also come from these as well. So getting caught up in the past and in the outside world keeps us from living fully in the present, and keeps us from a future that's still waiting to be discovered. So what does this have to do with forgiveness? Everything. Everything. I jokingly nicknamed this topic, I don't want to talk about it, because, like so many people I know, I would rather talk about anything at all than that. I mean, there's got to be a workaround, right? A shortcut? Isn't there a faster way, a nicer, easier way to get through this stuff? And like Holmes said in the reading, whether we like it or not, this is one of the great truths of life. We can't freely move forward in life carrying unfinished business with us. It's heavy, it's distracting, it takes up all of our energy and attention. To stop repeating the past, we need to resolve it and clear it up. And we can't change what happened, however, we can change what we think and feel about it. And stop being at the mercy of what's going on around us by changing what we think and feel about it. There are many tools and modalities for doing the work of resolving and clearing. We support all healing modalities and encourage you to choose what works for you. We teach here affirmative prayer, meditation, visioning, and a whole lot more. That's what happens when you're focusing on universal truth. Of course, you end up hearing the same things here and there and everywhere, and thank goodness for that. So forgiveness is this piece that's been taught for over 2,000 years. It's a thing. It has earned its place as an important thing, forgiveness. This work promises to free us up, free up our mental and emotional binds in the past, free our bodies from the biochemistry associated with unresolved pain. It will help make us available to the present moment and a new day, and the parts of life that we haven't been living. Another important thing about forgiveness is that it does not condone anything. It does not say that any act was okay. What it does do is help us to claim dominion over how events have and will affect us, and our future opportunities for living. So, here are some exercises to help us do just that. This is a bucket of note cards. I'm going to ask Rick to pass them around, actually. That would be swift. Index cards and pens, and if you already have something to write on and with, hallelujah. We're going to do 3 little exercises just to integrate, and maybe just to remind ourselves a little bit about this sort of thing. So the first one, and I'll tell you a little bit about it as we're getting ready to do that, is going to involve drawing 3 circles on your card or your piece of paper, and not yet. Those circles are going to be 1, 2, and 3. There's going to be a circle on the left. See, I'm really good at this stage left and right stuff. Like those songs, we do this. So there's going to be a circle on the left, there's going to be a circle in the middle, there's going to be a circle on the right of whatever you're writing on. And you're going to be guided to draw a very large one, a medium one, or a small one based on your idea of how much time you give to thinking and feeling about that area. And I'm going to tell you what it is. And by the way, this is only for you. You don't have to tell your neighbor or anyone else on earth. This is for your own understanding. Okay? So the first one on the left is going to be for the past. If you just get back into that centered space where you're thinking about just you for a moment. This is an opportunity to develop an awareness that will help you on your journey. Circle number 1 on the left represents the past. Draw a small, medium, or large circle to represent how much time you spend thinking and feeling about the past. Circle number 2 is in the middle for the present. Draw a small, medium, or large circle in the middle of your paper to represent how much time you spend thinking and feeling about the present. I'm so lucky. I'm not doing this. Actually, I have, and I will again. Okay. Circle number 3 is on the right side of your card or your paper. It is on the right, representing the future. Draw a small, medium, or large circle to represent how much time you spend thinking about the future. Enlightening, isn't it? You can imagine that theoretically, the healthiest of our times are the ones in which the present is our main focus, and the past and the future are smaller than that. There will be times in our lives where that's not the case because we're going through something really big that has our attention. And so we have that to get back to. And it may be that we have grown up with a focus that is more future or past oriented. And we're coming to places like this, hanging out with each other to learn how to be in the present, because we've heard there's so much good to be experienced there. So, here's another one, and this is just a simple review. I'm going to let Rick pass those out again. We often have given some talks on this, and we've done some cafe conversations on it. Some of you are experts. These are the 4 elements of mindfulness. So rather than doing this one as an exercise, I'm going to just take you through a brief representation of these in case you need a little reminder. You can put this on the visor in your automobile or on your bathroom mirror. Here's the simplest version of this, and you can close your eyes for a moment while I share these with you and then look at your card. The first one is the commitment to pay attention on purpose. You can either say that at the beginning of your day, Or you can remind yourself when it's kind of going in a direction you hadn't planned on. Wait, I'm going to pay attention on purpose. It could be the beginning of a meditative practice. Some examples are to begin by paying attention to the sounds that you hear. Pay attention to your breath. Come on in. Pay attention to the sensations in your body. Whatever you choose, it is anything that brings you into the present moment. So practicing present moment awareness is what you do when you get there. Okay? I do this a lot, like, the Zen Buddhists were always talking about sweeping the path and, chop wood, carry water, and so on. I do this a lot in the kitchen. And I sometimes do it in the kitchen when I'm missing out on the opportunity to cook with love and joy. And instead, I'm cooking because I promised I'd have dinner ready by X o'clock, or I've got to do this other thing after, and I remind myself, because I can get really wound up and miss out on enjoying what I'm doing. And then I can believe myself and get really anxious, and I hate that. Is to say, wait a minute, pay attention on purpose. Practice present moment awareness. I did it today. I was chopping celery for our lunch, anticipating coming here. And it took a little to get back to then and not now. Here's the kicker. Exercise non-judgment. I'm not early, I'm not late, I don't need to be fast, I'm not too slow, I'm not cutting the celery wrong, there's nothing to worry about, just wait. I'm making this new agreement to exercise non-judgment. And of course, the fourth step is really just rinse and repeat. Do these three things from moment to moment to moment. So pay attention on purpose, practice present moment awareness, exercise non-judgment, and keep going. So here's one more. And first of all, I want to share a quote with you. This quote, much of, again, what I'm talking about today comes from a book I can't stop talking about called Transformers, the Therapists of the Future, which is from the past. It's from 1982, and it's so wonderfully relevant, even though it's out of print. I got my copy. Emotional overreaction is always the clue that we are operating from a partial self. The true self has no need to overreact to anything. It knows who it is and has no need to prove anything to anyone. So now I understand that my true self is sometimes buried under other aspects of myself that feel that they need to defend and protect me and prevent this from happening and avoid that and make sure this happens, and and she does take offense. So I just wanted to say that. And if you find that you're experiencing an emotional response to something that's greater than the event at hand, that is indicative of some compassionate healing opportunity. It's nothing to be shamed or avoided, but to be compassionately embraced and supported. The other thing I wanted to say before we do this, I said, here is a simple forgiveness exercise. I don't know if the word simple belongs in that sentence. I do know that when we get together in very short gatherings with a spiritual basis, that it isn't necessarily the place where we do deep inner work. We encourage each other to do it. We celebrate where we end up because we did it. We share over coffee and whatever the things that we're doing that are helping us to feel better. So absolutely, I always encourage everyone, when you feel something that is greater than what seems like this a superficial little examination, in a group like this, please let me know. There are resources available, and there's a good fit and feel for everyone and whatever is happening with them. And you're not expected to just wave a magic wand and get over it. That's just bunk. So having said that, we're going to do a tiny little visualization here about something that's more along the lines of an annoyance. Maybe it's a grudge. Maybe it's I want to stop thinking about that. But it's not one of those big, heavy, life issues, okay? So I invite you to just close your eyes for a moment while we do this. Recall an experience with someone that didn't go the way that you had hoped. Now revise your memory, even just a little bit, by bathing you and the other person in rose-colored light. See the two of you from above. Now notice how the rose-colored light and the objective view shift and expand how you feel and see both of you. Now bless both of you, which means to find something about this that we can call good. Some type of beauty, even if you have to search for it. Bless both of you in the old story for what it has revealed to you. Now release both of you and the old story to the sky, to a river, to a fire, whatever you choose. And move forward now with the new you, the new them, the new story in your heart, bathed in rose-colored light, shining with the brilliance and love and the clarity of universal truth. You are both free now to live again in the present and with bright futures. So you can open your eyes and come back to this space. And know with me that forgiveness, living in the present, being guided from within, seeing ourselves and others objectively through the eyes of our higher self, promise us a life of wonder, joy, health, prosperity, limitless possibilities. Let's celebrate the gifts that life is waiting to give us by saying yes to them. And let's start living fully and wholly again today. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to do something now that you might have anticipated, and it's called an honoring of conscious giving. And what I'm going to do is something that you might expect and a few things that you might not. Later on, that white vessel will be back here on the altar if you find that you want to put a gift in it then. There are cards explaining all the different ways from carrier pigeon to U.S. mail to online, with or without your phone, that you can use to make a gift to the Center for Spiritual Living in Greenville. I'm also going to do the traditional form because this honoring of conscious giving means that we do this consciously. Whatever it is, there is no big or small in the universe. And we operate with the law of circulation, giving one another an opportunity to participate in it and to demonstrate flow in our lives. So while this is going around, I want to share with you this affirmation that we're going to say together aloud. And I think, Rick, if you can start that off before we do any music, that works for me. So, when and wherever you choose to make a gift to the Center for Spiritual Living Greenville, last week, tomorrow, right now, I invite you to do this with me. From this place of unconditional giving, I step into the flow of the abundant universe. I now find myself in harmony with the nature of life. And so it is. So while we're doing that, thank you, Ken. You just got elected. We're going to sing a wonderful song by Jack Fowler, and I invite you to sing it with me. I'm going to do it too? Okay. You slide. You can keep vamping while I say something else. That's called vamping. Okay. So you can text to give the word give to 864-263-1234. 864-263-1234. And you can also go to use this QR code, which is on those white cards over there, or go to cslgreenville.com/give. We are a nonprofit South Carolina religious organization, and we appreciate your support. Here we go. Ready? Vessel is, here it is. and you are pure spirit. I recognize that they are a big yes to the divine givingness of spirit, moving as love in action through you, creating a flow, drawing from the infinite, creating increase, nourishing us all in the giving and the receiving, and pouring miracle grow, water, and good soil, and so much other sunshine on this Center for Spiritual Living Greenville. So thank you. I celebrate my abundance today by giving this gift. I show my faith as I open my heart. My world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Thank you, Rick. And thank you, everyone. And thank you, Jack Fowler, for that beautiful song. Okay, well, you know what happens. You know, this is a little churchy, right? Some things just work. We have some announcements. One of the things that we've been doing every Monday night at 7 p.m. since last September is meeting on Zoom. How many of you? Raise your hands. Okay, see that? And some other cool people who aren't here right now. We get together every Monday night at 7 o'clock on Zoom. You can find out more about it by going to our website at cslgreenville.com and just click on the events. You'll be led to a registration form that gives you the Zoom meeting ID. We get together and talk. We have a spiritual support circle. So we get together and talk about what it's like to be human and embracing different things that are supposed to make life more wonderful and how that's going. It's very sacred, very supportive environment. Encourage you to come, and it's your turn to talk. Spiritual immersion and fellowship is what you just experienced. Thank you for being here. This is our second time, she says, holding up one finger, second time. So thank you. Spread the word. And by the way, it's not here, but look for us on Instagram and Facebook. Anything you get, please, please, please share it, because we want to fill up all of these seats and all of the hearts and minds that we can in the upstate. Okay, new class. Now this is actually starting when school is back in session at the end of August. It's called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. Ken took it, Rick did, I did, Mariana did, I think. It's only 5 weeks and there's no textbook. Isn't that cool? It's just like so easy. It is an introduction to what we teach here. It even counts as a foundation course. If you decide you want to go all the way to the moon with this stuff, you get credit for it. And we like to make these things available on a love offering basis, even though they're supposed to have tuition. We can do whatever we want. So keep that those dates in mind. 5 weeks on Tuesday nights at 7 on Zoom. Change your thinking, change your life. Okay. Join our Blue Card Club if you'd like to get on our mailing list and be aware of all this cool stuff. And finally, there's a yellow card over here on the altar if you'd like to make a prayer request. We would love to help you with that, okay? And the way that we do that is that we know the highest and best. We know the truth of you and for you in ways that are super powerful and very healing. So give us that opportunity and fill out a prayer request. When we put that white vessel back here on the altar, that's where you can put those. All right, I do believe. We have a song to close with and a benediction. 2 minutes left, and then we're going to eat. All right? So join me. And if you want to dance, I don't mind. healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life. Thank you for our world, Spirit. Thank you for our world. Thank you for our world, Spirit. Thank you for our world. Our wonderful, our wonderful, our wonderful world. Our wonderful, our wonderful, our wonderful world. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Woo! Oh, thank you all for being here. And the other best part of it all is coming right up. And first, I just want to speak my word in recognition of how good life is, and how good it's already been, and how good it is yet to be. So I recognize that God, Spirit, Creator, the I Am, Principle, the all that is, whatever we choose to call it, everything or nothing, is all that there is, and it has shown up as truth and love and enthusiasm and inspiration and resolve and compassion and so many other things. And I recognize that each one of them has awakened possibility and capacity within each and every one of us. So we are lifted up, we are filled to overflowing, and I know that later, as we go out from here, we take this blessing with us wherever we go. And even people we don't talk to, we just kind of walk past them, drive past them. They are blessed. They are lifted up by us. We are part of a universal collective consciousness. So our being lifted up helps everyone. So I give thanks for this. I know it is so, and together, as we open our eyes, we say, and so it is. Thank you all for coming.